electronics, at small scale,
Yeah.
sell like 100 of them or whatever,
Yeah.
to sell 1,000 and fucking sick, then
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, there's a really cool guy. His name is Henry something or other. I forget his fucking name, but he basically dissected a camcorder, like a old JVC, the thing that's also a fad right now, like nostalgic fucking electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And he dissected it, took out all the internals, and then 3D printed the outer case, just redesigned what a camcorder could even look like, and then put
Yes.
all the internals of this JVC into that camcorder. And he literally just remade a camcorder, like,
Oh yeah.
and now he has a hardware that it went viral on social media, and now he has a hardware, like a custom boutique hardware business basically. And he made a his first product is like this stainless steel USB-C thumb drive basically, that has like a little, like, I guess it's like a lava lamp type,
Mm.
like
Interesting.
liquid, but it's actually a light. It's not actual liquid. It's just a light that does this animation.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, let me see if I could find it actually. I
See
definitely.
that's goals in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you create something that you think is dope,
Yeah.
have fun doing it, and you make a good video of you making it,
Yeah.
goes viral enough, and you make some money to where you can do that again now.
I forget his fucking name, dude. I'm not gonna be able to find it if I don't remember the fucking. If I don't remember the fucking company name, that's the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it this way, dude. I gotta search my email for this. They invited me to an event, and I had to go to fucking work. I couldn't go to it. And then I saw the event on fucking social. It was a banger.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a banger event.
Fuck, dude. That's cool as hell. Yeah, would you? That makes me think. Would we ever do a stream that's not our event? Like, we just go to somebody else's event and stream it. Like, is that weird?
No, I think that's actually partly a goal, right? Like, we should do that. Um,
I mean, that has the least barrier of entry,
yeah,
right? Like, we don't have to pay for anything except for a ticket.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and again, uh, in the effort of diversifying the shows, I think we talked last time too about the idea of like other people producing other shows on Higher Zip. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's literally, we should do that too. Like, that's a whole other line of,
Hell yeah.
it's not even about revenue. It's like diversifying the content is really what it is.
Yeah, which I, I'm in agreement with. I talked to my wife about that, Destiny, and I was like, would you ever live stream a tattoo?
Yeah,
And she was like, it would have to be the right client, which, because getting tattooed is pretty intimate,
yeah,
especially for a lot of the work she does. It's not just like a fucking, an anchor, a stock anchor on your shoulder, like, they're very meaningful. But then I was like, well, what if you tattooed me and then we live streamed it? Just like spitballing for some different content. So then folks can like start to see that, Hire.zip wants to be more diverse, because
yeah,
right now it's not obvious to anybody.
yeah, that's true. Oh, we're live streaming, by the way, but I'm just gonna show you this thing. This is the thing he made, his first product. Is it Sharon?
No, no,
That's so
you
weird.
just froze actually.
This is my computer. Computer.
Computer. Oh, it's trying to.
Computer. All right, looks like it's kind of
Computer.
slowly working on my side.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, nowhere puff.
Yeah.
What? It looks like a fucking vape.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a little fucking USB.
What the
And
hell?
that's his
That's
that's
cool.
so this guy went viral and now does this.
A designer flash drive. Now that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, isn't it? It's 180.
That's,
180 bucks, dude.
that's is it actually cast metal?
Yeah, it is metal.
I fuck with that. It's very
Stainless steel.
the design is very contemporary, I would say. Gem photopolymer resin.
I mean, it's
That's
cool.
just yeah. I love the idea. I don't personally love the form that much myself,
Yeah.
but I love the concept.
I would say it looks cool with the actual like, oh, you could change colors. Oh, that's what it is. It looks cool when the light does its thing. There it is. See, it's like a little screen in there.
Oh.
Which that is cool too.
Yeah.
I like that.
So he's got a LCD behind that, plastic gem or whatever.
Yeah.
Clever. That's clever. And I know a lot of people, just myself, that would buy this.
I would get this and like all of a sudden create scenarios in my life where like I need a USB drive
Yeah.
because I don't need one. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
but then I'd be like, oh yeah,
Nobody
I'm
needs
gonna
one.
DJ now. Like, it's gonna be like that type of shit in my life.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I had an idea that is really simple. So, okay, so check it out. I had this Skate 3 disc from PS3 that I have taken with me every time I've moved, and I don't have a PS3 anymore, but I just like hang it up on my wall or something. But I started using it as we were moving, and I didn't have all my shit unpacked as a coaster, just this fucking CD.
That's cool.
And so then I was like, what if, like, instead of having, because we have like coasters and dishes on the coffee table. I was like, what if you redesigned, when you bought a stack of blank
Yeah.
CDs back in the day? Came on that black tray with the
Yeah.
titty sticking out. I was like, what if you just redesigned that, like cast it out of aluminum and then made custom CDs? And that's like your coaster set, It's like, fuck that. That's pretty
That's
exciting.
so because I think they had. Do you remember mini CDs?
I do, yeah.
Because yeah, that was a thing too. So it'd be like
Yep.
basically that size for coaster size. You know what I mean? So there's already a mold that exists. It's just that.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, the fun part there is fucking with the form
True.
yourself to like make it look like this guy did with the flash drive or
Yeah.
the USB. Like, that doesn't look like a goddamn USB. That's what's cool about it.
Yeah, that's true. I like the
But
idea of also having the CD. Was it like the foil thing, like the underside of the CD that like having that kind of
oh
like
yeah,
radial foil, whatever it is.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
right,
that's fucking fire, dude. What?
dude. And I was honestly thinking like just to start is like you could just go to the thrift store and pick up like 10 CDs, like legit CDs. And you may get like a Creed or like a I don't know, some Wu Tang or whatever in your stack. It's almost like a buying a Pokemon pack,
Yeah,
where it's like you know what music you're gonna get in your coaster stack. Just funny.
that's cool. I like that. It's like it reminds me of trading cards. You buy a booster pack, you don't know what's in that shit. Let's fucking open it up. Which is a big fad right now, dude. My brother's going in on the Pokemon cards, dude. That's a whole world.
Oh yeah, the,
I
it's
I joined the
Pokemon's
subreddit.
bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah, I joined the subreddit Pokemon Investing, dude, and they just talk about like the investment of cards. Like that's what they treat it as. It's like, oh, should I get this graded? Like it's like
Yeah,
crazy shit.
dude. One of my homies who is very good at investing. He sold the top in crypto
Nice.
and put a lot of that into Pokemon. Like, I don't know when this was.
2021.
Three, yeah, 3, 4 years ago. Pseudo top in crypto, but like he sold high and then put it into fucking Pokemon
If he
cards.
did it
And
three
I
years
thought
ago,
he was
then
smart.
he's doubled it now. Then if he did it 3 years
Oh,
ago,
yeah. Oh, but yeah, absolutely.
it's the new
But
Rolex, dude.
it's crazy, bro. It always, dude. Crypto was always trying to be Pokemon. At least the NFTs, right? It was always trying to be that,
Yeah.
and then Pokemon just kept being the Pokemon.
They hold my beer. Let me show you how it's done.
Coming back, baby. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Oh, look how cute.
Yeah,
NFTs.
that's like that meme that Light made. That's like can't be so back if I never left, bro. Something
Yeah,
about it, dude.
for
Fuck.
real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn
Uh,
this. I turned the stream
good.
on, by the way.
Cool.
Um,
Cool. Cool. Well, do you want to talk about since maybe I'll ping real quick in the Telegram, see if Cameron actually can make it today. If not, I think let's just jump into that call
yeah.
because I'm super excited to hear about the details there. What you wrote is compelling, man.
Yeah, yeah, there's like some good sides to it. I don't know. I guess I'll just talk to it. He can hop in whenever he talk about it. He just kind of can hop in whenever he wants.
Yeah.
The call was great. It was very kind of like open-ended, I suppose. Like, and what I mean by that, I guess, is like there was no real direction from her as to like what they want to do.
So will you back up a sec? Will you uh, paint the picture of like how this call came about? Maybe even like what comms went down like immediately after the event or whatever.
Yeah, so basically, well, I had been talking to who's the CEO or mayor of FWB, um, all throughout the process of planning internet culture field notes, you know.
Mm.
She was like coincidentally,
What does mayor mean like in this?
I think it is just CEO, except um, it's like historically been an elected position, not like assigned like a CEO job would be. And
Mm-hmm.
I think before FWB became like an official company, it was just a Discord channel, and
Yeah.
the job title was officially called mayor because yeah, there was like an election for it, and there was like
Mm.
voting, and it was like all votes that were via like token gating. So you could only vote if you were a member of
Mm.
FWB. What I mean?
What's up, Cameron?
So so yeah, that is kind of the caveat is like they called it mayor, and that's what the position originated as, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the end of the day, it's really just it's the CEO is what it is.
Okay. Okay. And Cameron, I didn't ping you to like be like get in the chat. I was just pinging because I was wondering if Brian should wait on the discussion of FWB. Um,
It was great timing. I literally just looked at my phone because I dropped off the car, and now I'm just like chilling in the Costco parking lot for the next 2 hours. So
Costco, my alma mater, dude.
you work in the auto shop here, Brian?
Nah, I should though, honestly.
Oh,
I heard they got good
awesome.
benefits, to be real.
yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Yeah.
5-year warranty on all tires purchased through there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait, true?
yeah, yeah. I think it's like if you get like a flat or whatever, they'll patch it for you and like rotate them. Yeah, pretty good actually.
Yeah, I
That's
think
kind of
Costco
cute.
legitimately has the best tire deals around.
think you guys have memberships, so obviously
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
The
sleeping.
other thing about Costco that's crazy is because there's a membership system, you'll never see a single hobo in a Costco.
Until
Oh,
I
I
get a
never even thought
membership,
of
bro.
that.
You just wait. That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a feature.
Look at that. Fucking Costco, man, saving lives.
Yo, you guys
Yes.
want to see this guy just peeing in his car? Can you see him?
That's a hobo right there.
There
I
he
guess
is.
I just disproved the theory.
Yeah,
He pulls up
instantly.
in the handicap and then he just takes a piss.
Hey,
And he's
you know,
pissing into his car, which is crazy too.
format.
This fucking guy
Man,
loves piss, man.
you just put my boy on
I'm gonna sit
blast like
right
that.
here. I'm gonna sit right here, but before I do, I'm gonna piss on this.
That's Colfax's uncle right there.
Yeah, that's my godfather. Oh,
That's my
shit. All right, shut up.
Oh man.
But
We were talking
yeah,
about
hey,
the call with Iz,
so
basically.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was doing a little background, basically, just that I had been talking to Iz throughout the whole kind of planning of the event and everything like that. And then she was supposed to go to the event because apparently she had, she was in New York at that time, but some family thing
Mm,
came up or something like that, so she couldn't make it. Um, but then, obviously I sent a, during the day after of like my post-mortem kind of like emails of emailing everyone and saying thank you and et cetera, et cetera. Um, she replied to that email and was like, that sounds awesome. These kind of events is what FWB Event Keys wants to be. I might have even sent you guys that email, honestly.
I think I vaguely remember that.
And so then she was like, "Oh, let's schedule a call." And then I was like, "Yeah, definitely, let's schedule a call." She sent me like a Calendly link, and then that's how the call kind of came about. Um,
Is she pretty cool?
yeah,
Like as
she's
a person?
too cool, too cool.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
she's
okay.
really, really cool. Um, it's like definitely not like CEO energy, to be honest.
No, I was
It's
wondering.
like
I
it's
was
like
just
you
trying
and
to
I
put.
talking, kind of like not that you're not CEO energy, but just like it would like we're just shooting the shit, kind of, and that's how it is. Obviously, I
Well,
mean, maybe it's my imposter syndrome, but when I go into a thing, I'm like expecting a certain thing of a CEO, and that's probably wrong of me to do. But then,
mm,
like, when they're like just chilling and shooting the shit with you, then they're like, oh, I'm disarmed because, like, how
yeah,
informal am I supposed to be here?
yeah, right. Are we sending emojis in the chat
Yeah.
yet? Or
Yeah.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I'm expecting you to say, I'll have my assistant send that over after the call.
Yeah. How many times did you say circle back? Let's
Yeah.
figure this out. Okay, well, that's cool. Last question. I'll quit interrupting you,
No
I
worries.
swear. What is the general, from what you know, the general perception of like a CEO in FWB and the fact that they're like a business?
That's a great question because I also don't even really know what FWB's like current business model even is. You
Right.
know, my assumption up front, and this is just from being part of it, is that like they had been creating software products. So I thought that not only it's as a community, there's like a software
Mm-hmm.
company tie to it. But then a few years ago, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, they split that off into its own company called Scene Infrastructure. And that's what Jose, the one who was part of the talk on Internet Culture Field Notes, he's the CEO of that company.
Oh,
So
okay.
now FWB is just FWB without the software company ties. Um, so now it's a little bit more of like a culture company, I suppose. And what they're doing now is more so like hackathons and events. So now I
Okay.
guess me thinking out loud now, I'm like, maybe that's what the tie here is like they want to do more like consistent events or like community building things. With
Mm-hmm.
obviously their keystone event being the yearly FWB Fest in Idlewild, California,
Okay.
which they are doing again this year.
When is that?
It's going to
Have
be.
you been to one?
I haven't, dude. I last year was the year that I was supposed to go, but obviously that was right when I got my surgery.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So I chose not to go because I would have been just like man with the cast, no shirt the whole time.
Oh sure.
Um, so yeah,
Okay.
that was the year that I was supposed to go and then I didn't go and I'm trying to go this year, but the tickets are 200, which I think is like that's a discounted ticket price based on the fact that I'm in FWB. I think the
Mm.
general admission is like $400. Um, and I've heard
Really?
it's worth it. Like it's super dope. Although my take is that like over the years, I wonder how worth it is because like obviously it has been very experimental up until this point, and I assume that as the years go on, it becomes less experimental because it needs to prove that it can generate revenue and profit at a certain point. And this will be like the fifth year. So
Sure.
the stakes are getting higher at the same time. And look, I'm not doubting their ability to do so. I think that they obviously, if anyone can do a festival like this one, it is FWB.
Is
Um,
that you think so? Like, everybody, most people still fuck with them in like a meaningful way.
well, not only that, I think they're kind of like, I guess from a branding perspective, like the people that they ask to speak at them are always really dope people and unique people. They err towards the side of creative technologists rather than just
Mhm.
like a dev conference type of thing. And they also always have like a good media overlay within the website or within the conference, which is like, and I call it a conference very loosely. It's kind of just like you camp in the woods kind of vibe. It's like I
Really?
yeah,
Like a festival?
Idlewild is such a crazy town, dude. Like the mayor of Idlewild is a fucking Labrador retriever, a dog, dude. I kid you not. Like that's real. You could look it up.
No
So
shit.
that's what kind of town this is, by the way. So this is the
So
town
small
that
town, small town.
it's a tiny town, and the conferences is like in a on a campground, and like they put up like everything is pretty much outdoors. They have like one main kind of like place where all the talks happen.
Okay.
But then this campground also has like a music studio and like the park does like their own event series where like everyone makes a song together type of thing.
The
Like over the
park.
course
Yeah.
of the
Okay.
festival. So there's a lot of like dope things that they do. So I do, yeah, like all that being said, I think that like if anyone is going to put together a conference like this one, it's them, you
I
know?
fuck with that. That's dope. Okay. Thanks
Uh,
for the background there. Honestly.
yeah, but again, I think that I don't know what else they're making money off of. So in the context of like what a CEO is, and to then tie that to like what the mission of the company is, I'm not too sure on that, like what the official thing is. Um,
To your point, maybe they are kind of soul searching right now.
yeah, maybe a little bit because I think the sell before, and this is why I got into it, was the networking abilities of the Discord. And like, oh, there's
Mhm.
really cool people in the Discord. I want to be in the Discord just to like rub shoulders with these cool people. I think like even Virgil Abloh was part of it at one point, and like all these kind of like celebrities that maybe weren't big at the time and have gotten big over the last 5 years were in it at a certain time. Um,
Mhm.
so
Interesting.
yeah,
I didn't know all of, yeah, I didn't know barely any of that. Trevor has walked me through some FWB lore, but
yeah.
different aspects.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that I think later became products, like I think Party, like that started on FWB,
Mm,
you know?
party down?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like
Very
shit.
bold.
It's like little shit like that that you're just like, oh wait, what? Like this just started as just like people, like kind of how we started, bro. Like just like fucking around in the background, doing like, let's just fuck around and do this. Let's fuck around and do this, and then it's like all of a sudden it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's how a lot of little products I feel like have started is like that, like from FWB and like outward.
Community first sort
Yeah.
of, uh, I don't know what you'd call them, organization, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, to answer your point is like I don't know, I guess I'm not smart enough to know what the business model behind that would be, right? Because like how do you monetize a Discord, right? Like you almost can't.
Well, they did it back in the day, which was like
You have to have the
through
tokens to get in, which they still
tokenomics.
do that. But then what the liquidity fees is like how the business makes money,
Yeah, it
right?
can be,
Like
right?
it's like it's something like that, right? Like but now I think that it's an official company, it has to be something else.
Maybe they don't. I mean, maybe they have a fat treasury still.
Could be.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, and maybe they're not making money currently, and that's why they needed a CEO.
Yeah, they've had a CEO for like 2 years now, though. They had this guy Greg before is
Mm,
that had, I think, from what Trevor told me, had like a really deep connection to the people at WorldCoin, which then explains like all the interesting like WorldCoin hackathons that FWB has had in the last few years. And I
mm.
even think that like FWB Fest was a place where like that orb would be and you could like verify yourself, that thing that they do. I haven't even done it yet. I'm not too sure what it is.
Yeah, they scan your eye or whatever.
Yeah, to prove you're a human, right?
Yeah, to prove you're beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think their business model is that they're sponsored by World.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
I'm looking at their site right now, and it's like fwb.help is the site.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like WorldCoin is like prominently there
Yeah.
talking about like hackathon for, yeah, yeah, which is cool. I mean, whatever. Like you can pimp out your community to aligned tech. I think that human tech is good. World itself, I'm like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
like the
Right.
idea is like, yeah, we should have a way to like make sure that bots aren't just ruining this community that we have.
Yeah, exactly. I do like WorldCoin for that aspect as well, but again, as a brand, I'm not too, I don't really know anything about it really.
Yeah, and it feels a little bit like it feels a little bit like what Meta is for social. That's what World feels like for like human verification. It's like,
Yeah,
I see what you're doing, but I don't know if I fuck with you.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
But I'm
Did I ever
also
tell you guys I have a startup idea around this?
No.
Um, it's like not about, so WorldCoin is like you're either a human or you're not, right? And you do the verification once, and that's kind of it, right?
Mhm.
Um, the concept that I've been like chewing on for, I want to say like a year now, is that whenever you meet up with like your friends or whoever, or whatever circumstance, you kind of tap your phones,
Mhm.
and then it's like Cameron hung out with Colfax and Brian. It's in real life though, so it's not like a remote friendly thing. Like you do it in person, just like the eye, but you're just doing it with your friends. And then it's like identity isn't this binary, like you're a bot or not. It's like this person has this history of meeting up with these people. This seems credible or this seems non-credible. Um,
That's
you know,
clever.
That's
and then
dope,
if like
yeah.
you die and you stop like meeting up with people, then it's like, well, like your identity, like you know what I mean? It kind of like
Yep.
naturally, like it's a sort of bot resistant over time because it's like you just. Anyways, I want to build this at some point. So
Yeah.
I love
That'd
that.
be dope.
yeah,
I
Would
yeah,
you
like
would,
it.
like the thing at the end of the day always gets me is the centralized versus decentralized thing or the
yeah,
hyperstructure of it
yeah,
Mhm.
because you're dealing with actual individual identities. You know, is there a way you're thinking about it that that would be that, or you think it has to be centralized?
I think long term is be a ZK system. So it's like you don't like you can choose to disclose who you meet up with or not, but you can prove without needing to disclose. You know what I mean? Um, so it can be like centralized in the sense that base is centralized with like a sequencer, but the sequencer, and this is like super, tech rabbit hole stuff, but like the person who's like validating it doesn't actually know the data that they're validating. If that makes sense under the hood.
Oh
That
shit.
stays local on your device.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's even more compelling now,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should build that out, Cameron.
I'm waiting until honestly, low key, I'm like, well, if we're gonna do this, we being like not necessarily any of us, but like in general as a thing, it has to be somewhere with like cultural gravitas, and Chicago's not it. Like I can't be going around Chicago and like I gotta get to New York. I gotta join you guys. I gotta get to New York, and then we gotta just hit the streets and like make it a thing.
Hell yeah. We gotta make some man on the street videos, interviews, and verifications.
Streamed
Yeah.
live on higher.zip.
Oh my god. It writes itself, ladies and gentlemen. It writes
Think
itself.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on down, Cameron.
Yeah, come on down, man. Apartment hut. Do it.
That's the plan. Q3, baby.
Hey, hey, let's go.
I gotta get a job first though, so then I can hack on this on the side.
Dude,
yeah.
we're all looking for jobs, man. What the fuck? This is the
Yeah,
state of the
my
world.
homie just got fired 2 days ago too. It's like all the dudes I know in my life are fucking unemployed right now. It's crazy. We're having a male crisis.
Yo,
Weak times make hard strong men or whatever.
my friends are falling one by one.
Is that right?
Yeah, dude. I have one boy, my best friend Felix. He has been looking for a job for I think about like a year now, to be honest.
Jeez.
He's like a web merchandiser or something. And then my other friend Trent, who actually went to the Internet Culture Field Notes thing, he was doing some temp work for Meta, and he got laid off too.
Shit.
And then now and it's like and it's like, but the interesting part is like historically they've always like just gotten right back into the job market. They're like website merchandisers,
Mm-hmm.
which like blew my mind when I found out that that is a thing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They basically, hey, stop it, stop it, stop it, hey. They
Sorry.
basically, sorry, they basically arrange the website that makes it more shoppable. Like, oh, this site needs like a button here that says like the reviews. This, but like shit like that. And they've done it for Toys R Us and Walmart, like really big companies that are basically like fighting against Amazon nowadays. Amazon is like always their biggest competitor. Every time they get a new job, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're just fucking
Yeah.
working for Samsung now. Amazon, just going after Amazon."
Pays Amazon.
That kind of stuff can have a big impact. My first job was like an internship, and like one of my big changes was changing a button from like looking like a secondary button to looking like a primary button to write a review about a company. It was for like a jobs platform. And it was like double-digit percentage increases in the number of people who clicked it just because the fucking color changed.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean,
What
these
the
guys, they get
fuck?
paid mad money to do this job, website merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, again, working at Walmart and Toys R Us, they're just like a cog in the wheel.
So is that industry getting automated? Is that why they can't find stuff? Or
It could be, honestly. It could be. I haven't looked into it specifically, but that doesn't sound far off to me. Or like it's some other job in the periphery, like swallowed it or something like that,
Yeah. What do you do when that happens? Or you look for a new industry?
Yeah.
Eventually, how long do you look for a job till you get a different job?
Until your money allows. Until your money
Yeah.
allows, dude.
Depends on your savings account, I
Yeah.
suppose.
until
Yeah.
UBI kicks in, baby.
Yeah, that's true. That's the real hope right there.
I'm
Like,
ready.
It's
it's
like
fucking nuts, man. This AI stuff, because, you know, the first thing that I feel like is really getting automated is software by software people,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so it's like we're sort of like like I know a lot of engineers and stuff. We're kind of like patient zero of this unemployment thing. Like it is crazy how much you don't need people anymore. And I mean, you see it all the time, right? It's like the new engineers are like product managers, PMs, right? And they're just like talking to the thing, giving it the specs, and it's doing all the stuff. We're gonna need some serious reparations.
We did this to ourselves, bro. Come on. That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say.
It's nuts, man. We're gonna like the economy's gonna change big time, and I don't know what it's gonna look like. But I mean, I'm sure it'll be great for creativity. Because fuck, like, what do you got at the end of the day?
I mean,
People making shit.
Because I think that's also where AI is attacking too. I was thinking about this on my dog walk yesterday. It's like the things that AI is attacking is like creativity for some reason. Like where that should be like the last thing actually. We should be solving all the other shit like calendar appointments. Like fucking remember to take your car to get oil changed. Like that shit. You know what I mean? And we're over here being like, oh, this AI is gonna rebrand you. In like a click of a button. Like, damn, son.
Yeah.
Or like it's gonna create your artwork for you.
Yeah.
No, but I think creativity, but you got a hard pivot to IRL, like physical, in person, because nobody wants to fucking interact with a fucking humanoid robot. Like, sure, it can do a job of an assembly line worker once it gets smart enough and capable enough, but you're not going to be wanting to shop for clothes and have a robot tell you this style looks best on you, because the fucker doesn't even have taste, first of all.
Yeah.
And then second of all, like, what kind of existence is that? Like, nobody wants that.
Yeah.
We all just got to go become artisans in New York. Then
I was just gonna say welders, dude. We should just be welders, dude.
That's the goal. We're working on that.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Well, you're already kind of a welder, right? You do like machining and stuff like that.
Nah.
We all saw that,
like,
Frank.
Yeah.
very, yeah. Finding some way to do those things where the public pays you as opposed to an employer, I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with everything you said. I mean, it's.
How do you guys feel about a barter economy? Sorry, I'm just like, I've been thinking about this stuff because I don't have a job, so it's just like daydreaming. But like, all right, so you are a welder. Currency's fucked. You're poor by dollar standards. You're rich in welding currency, right? Is it that you then start doing welding for the community, and then someone has an urban farm and they give you some plants, someone has some X, Y, and Z, this and that? Like, do you think that the end state is fuck money and we're going to go back to a barter economy?
Well, you're talking about a zombie apocalypse, and yes. we will, without the zombies, obviously, but yes, we will go back to that. I think
zombie is money.
Yeah, this is what
the zombie big corpo.
The zombie trope has been preparing us for this for years.
Yeah,
that's wild. Actually,
there, though, that's reliant on the fact that you have a skill set. You know,
you have to.
You have to, and I feel like the initial problem. I do think it trends that way. Yes, but the initial problem is all of the skill sets are now irrelevant because it's been automated away. So what's your skill set now?
Right.
The AI is doing industrial design now. Like, it's better than me. What's my fucking skill set? And if you didn't have hobbies or work other jobs, you don't have one. So, are you poor? You're poor in the barter economy.
You are, yeah.
You're worthless. Like, nobody's trading you. No one's giving you fucking potatoes because you don't know how to do anything. And that's a little bizarre to consider too.
I think it's anti-scale as the commodity. then,
Yeah.
because which is like itself kind of like an oxymoron, like scale, anti-scale, like scale is commodity, so anti-scale. Well, what could that mean? And it's like you're not mass making anything. Everything that you make is kind of a one-on-one, and that's what it gets appreciated for over some like machine's output, like your ring, right? Like it could be one thing if you bought that off of Etsy and someone had like, machined like 1,000 of them, but that's not the point. That's not why people value it.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, like I think as an industrial designer, you're making one of one chairs or something. You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
selling it to like that community that you're a part of. And it's not like those industrial like so if there's an industrial design AI doing the job, they're still going to be doing that, but there will be a market in which people will value the one of one version of that.
So basically, you're saying that you're downscaling and localizing the factory, I
Yeah.
suppose. Which, what about the barter economy makes one of one more compelling in this scenario?
I think so one of the things that's big about NFTs is like provenance, right? And it's not just who created it, but kind of like what's this object's journey to like its current owner, right? And so I guess abstractly making an argument, I would say that like that is somehow going to become more of a thing in society, that like, oh, this was like one of the first ones that Colfax made, and actually I got it from so and so. Like, I feel like that lineage will be kind of what can also help differentiate physical artifacts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, for example, I don't know if this is like a groundbreaking comment, but Destiny, my wife, is a tattooer, so and I've noticed this with her and almost specifically with other women, and I don't know if it's just because she's connected with women in more so than men, but it's definitely mostly with women, if not entirely, is they do trade services all the time, which is interesting. She gets her nails done, and that chick comes get tattooed, and she does the same thing with the hair salon, or not a barber. I don't know what you call a female barber, but
Hairstylist.
Hairstylist. Thank you. She does the same thing with her hairstylist, and I'm sure she would be down to do that with the auto mechanic, or the grocery store. I guarantee she would be way down to do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually funny because I was kind of having a semi related. Well, no, it wasn't related at the time, but now this conversation is making me think it's related. Which is, yesterday I was talking to my therapist about. Lately, I've been doing a lot of work about like building confidence behind the work that I do, and like feeling good when I charge people and like all that stuff, right? So, um, somewhere in that conversation, we talked about how I got to where I am in my career, and I told her about starting. And Cam, you already know this about me, but I first went to school, in technical school, to be a mechanic. Yeah. Yo, I wish, honestly, that would have changed my life.
Oh, yes.
So then I told her about that, and then she's like, and then she like, as an aside, was like, "Oh, do you still do that?" And I was like, I mean, I like fix my family's vehicles and my friends' vehicles and stuff like that. And then she's like, "Do you charge for that?" And I was like, "No, not really, because it's just like a side thing." And she's like, "You need to start charging for that," because she was like, by not charging for it, you're like not you're basically saying like I don't deserve to be paid for this type of thing, right? Like,
well, you're an artist in that sense, right? The whole art and money thing is like, I feel like that's probably, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm sure there's an element of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you genuinely like probably love doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
And and it's not about the money.
It's
But
so
yeah,
it's
the
like
money
so
was
easy for me to do it that it feels bad to collect money for it because it's so easy to me, specifically to me in my own brain. Because it's not easy
yeah,
to other people. Like they can't fix a fucking compressor, AC compressor,
Yeah, or
yeah.
they would just do it,
or they would
right?
just do it. Exactly.
Well, and maybe that loops into like the whole, all right, well, if you're uncomfortable asking for money, I'm sure they can offer
It goes to the
some.
barter. Exactly. That's where the conversation went. That's the
Right,
connection I was
okay.
trying
And
to
I
make.
Right.
think Colfax, you had an insight there too, which is you mentioned the word time, and I to me that's one of those things that like when you said it, it kind of rang true. Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
the amount of time that you put into something, I feel like is gonna be the like maybe not time as the currency, but like as like the part of the raw materials, right? That
Mm-hmm.
people evaluate because if it takes like 5 hours to get your nails done,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but it takes like 2 full days to get like a big leg tattoo or something like
Mm-hmm.
there's an aspect there of like okay, well actually like what is this kind of competing against in your 24-hour window? Um,
Yep.
there could
Well,
be something there.
That's
there
true.
is, there is, and I'm glad you brought that up because when just my capitalism brain, just the way it's fucking programmed now, like she'd tell me that she's trading tattoos for nails, and I'm like, my brain just goes like, wow, that only takes her an hour to do your nails, and you tattoo her for like 3 hours, and you've been tattooing for 6 7 years, and she's been doing nails for like you're getting screwed on this deal. Like that's where my brain goes. But she's like,
Mhm.
no, I'm not getting screwed on this deal because I want my fucking nails done, and I can tattoo. It's a handshake. That's
Yeah.
fair. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
fair price. It's not about the money. It's about like I don't know, or even sometimes about the time. But yeah, there would be a point where it's like, all right, this takes me 20 hours, and that took you 1 hour. Like maybe that's not a fair trade.
That's dude. You're just killing it. There's another dimension, right? There's the time it takes, and then there's like the cumulative experience that has led to this point, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
like it's not the same slope for every industry,
Yeah.
but experience still is like a key factor in
Yeah.
terms of value of a service.
No, it's totally true. This is actually the therapist actually brought that up too. It's like sometimes because sometimes someone will tell me what's wrong with the car, and sometimes I won't even have to touch the car and be like, I know what it is already, right? And that diagnostic right there is like it takes me 30 seconds to do it, but the only reason I can do it in 30 seconds is because I have a years and years of experience doing it. It's not so that doesn't mean that I should charge you 30 seconds of time to do that. You know what I mean? That like there's a value behind that is like like Cam says, like the slope to learn that is what I'm actually charging you for, not necessarily the time it took, the five, even like design problems too, right? Oh, you need to do like even change the color of a fucking button. You know what I mean? Like that type of
Right.
shit is like there's the back, like sure it takes in the moment it might take 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever to make that decision, but that decision is backed by literally years and years of like knowing and learning a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And maybe these things are just because I'm like, all right, so then how do you value things? Is there an equation, right? But it's like maybe it is just so human to understand what's worth it to you,
Right.
and maybe it's personal, right? It's like it's not so societal with George Washington, the $1 bill, like kind of forcing us to value things in a way that works for everybody. It's
Well,
like
we might
no,
have been brainwashed, I guess, at the end of the day. It's like we think this way because we've been in a system. We're a product of our environment, right? Like we think this way because literally this is all we've been being told from every angle.
well, and that idea, I suppose, kind of exists now, which is, if you look at like a consumer product example, I think high fashion luxury is maybe the easiest place to start here, which is, it is a Gucci bag worth it, like we're already doing that in the current system, the monetary system, which is no, it's not worth it to me. It's worth it to somebody else, and so maybe it's just no different when you remove the money from the equation for the
The
cat.
Gucci bag is have you guys heard of Veblen goods?
Nah.
Oh man, I have become obsessed with this concept because
What's it called again?
it's called a Veblen good. I think it's after this philosopher like Theodore Veblen or something. This dude like coined it, I think in the late 1800s maybe. And it's like he introduces like this term like conspicuous capitalism, like that you buy things so that other people see that and aspire to that.
Mm-hmm.
He actually made a separate argument, which is that this is bad for society because it leads to like people who are like poor aspiring to these wasteful things that don't actually like improve their lives. So he kind of made a negative argument about it.
Mm-hmm.
But like to me, it's like that's exactly what NFTs were in their peak, right? Veblen goods, like people getting something because they want others to see that they have it. I feel like it similarly kind of crosses over with the Gucci bags or whatever, like these sort of high sticker price items where it's like you actually don't know who the creator is. You just know the brand that kind of like stands in front of it.
True.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's interesting, Veblen goods. It says here that luxury products for which consumer demand increases as the price goes up.
Can you share your screen?
It's just me on Google.
Oh, like Google itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
The AI overview, which.
Oh, it's like that's like a technical term for that.
Yeah, for Veblen goods are luxury products for which consumer demand increases as the price goes up.
Whoa.
But there's also like he wrote a book about it, and there's like a whole analysis of kind of how this warps society and motivates society and it changes it in a certain direction, right? And like there's the concept in isolation, and then there's like what does that mean for society? So I recommend going down that rabbit hole. I was fascinated with it. If you're bored.
Yeah, I'm down to see that. That's fucking dope, actually.
I probably will go down that rabbit hole.
Same.
Does that only apply to certain product categories as opposed to, does it apply to like typical commodities or consumables, like food, right? Does that like luxury food from your favorite Japanese shop, 3 Michelin stars versus like you're buying corn at the grocery stores.
Oh, you think like because of food at a restaurant is a little bit more expensive, people want it more?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
That's a
if
good
I'm
point.
making a point there. I'm maybe just more wondering.
Don't keep it drinking.
I think that the degree to which like validation is external versus like internal maybe is one way of looking at it, right? Like if you're getting this thing so that everyone knows that you have this thing, that's where it kind of like, in my view, starts to be like harmful to society, right? You're kind of like cultivating an aura around like something that's a non-productive asset
Yeah.
that is ultimately like extractive, right? It's like it's a brand. Like what is it actually like furthering?
What is your example of that?
Well, the bag. I think the bag is a great example.
The bag. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Or like NFTs. Same thing. Like Bored Apes, right? Like you own the board. I mean, they're dead now. So CryptoPunks is maybe a better example, but it's like you literally get it so you can wear it digitally as your PFP. Right. And so others see that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It does make me like maybe my broader or broadest question here is like, does the barter system work at scale?
No.
It's not supposed to work at scale, though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, if like, so the dollars were created, or like currency was created to like make things easier to exchange, right?
Yeah.
And then things got easier and easier and easier and easier to exchange to the point where humans don't even need to be in the loop anymore, right? With the AI stuff. So it's like that ship has sailed. Like humans don't need to be in the loop. It's running on its own. So it's like, well, humans have to create a new loop, right?
Uh-huh.
And I guess the argument is that slow is the feature, right? That anti-scale is the value add. That anything, like you can already get anything you want at scale. So what are you going to choose to actually value if everything is just available to you? Well, you're going to value people, right?
Experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question being also, from a creative and maybe from like a craftsman's perspective, in reality, say we're bartering everything, cash doesn't exist.
It does exist. We just don't rely on it. The business world does, but we are not the business world anymore.
Okay, that answers my questions then.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me. I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of an exciting way to view the future, to be honest.
That's
like
also,
imagine that the government runs on dollars,
Duncan.
And like all industries, yeah, Duncan, all industries are like pseudo state owned at that point. So it's like they're all part of like all automated industries are like sort of semi owned by the government, right? Because I feel like there is going to be like a nationalization that happens because it's like who actually deserves the right to owning this value, especially if you go like 2 or 3 generations in the future where the original creators of the AI stuff are gone, right? So government kind of nationalizes the key industries. They run on dollars. Dollars are effectively now just a federal budget industrialized across the entire like automated economy. And then we just have our UBI and our barter economy. I think that's kind of like the landscape.
Interesting. Yeah, you got my brain racing.
you think in our lifetime? Yeah, I suppose, right? Like right now.
For sure, because you see the exponentiation of the 80s to the .com to now, like it's exponential.
Yeah.
It's not linear.
Right.
And the homies already can't get jobs.
Exactly.
My boy's out there unemployed. It's the way she goes.
Yeah.
So that leads you to you employ yourself, I suppose. In this would be one offshoot of that scenario. But I don't know what that. I mean, that means
your community, or maybe your community employs you. Like your community helps you like get to a place where your passions are. There's also like I love the acronym MAGA, but instead of America, I like the word apprenticeship. Make apprenticing great again.
Yes.
And that only happens through community, right? Like you got to know the person that like kind of gets you onto something.
Yeah.
And helps you train up. So I do feel like there's going to be like a very strong community nurturing individuals into fields. So it's not just like you have to figure it out on your own.
Right. I fuck with that. Big time. I like the apprentice aspect of things. I mean, I've personally only ever worked for small companies, like either like from 2 to 5 people is kind of
Yeah.
the biggest organization I've ever worked for or with. And I think you just cracked the code. I think that's kind of why, because I've liked the idea of feeling like a bit of an apprentice in a small community as opposed to like, a data point that like
Right.
we'll get there when I get there sort of thing. There's intentionality behind it and a little bit of love, right?
For sure. For sure. These are people that you feel a real connection with.
Yeah.
I mean, and for all intensive purposes, tattooing is still a profession that that's how you get in, is an apprenticeship.
Yep. And a lot of times welding.
And welding, exactly. Welding as well. Yeah.
Well, actually, like a lot of the trades, typically, yeah, you got to get certifications and shit, but it does read a little bit more like an apprenticeship than anything else.
Right. I mean, even low key a car mechanic too. Like that's kind of how it is. Although it's Chick-fil-A, my alma mater, dude. Damn.
Today's sponsor, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Chick-fil-A.
I'm about to go on mute. I'm gonna order some Chick-fil-A.
Hell
What?
yeah.
You're not gonna tell us your order, dude? Come on, man.
Yeah. 12 nuggets.
Oh,
bro.
a Chick-fil-A sandwich all the way. That's just the basics.
Not
Yeah.
the big one with the cheese.
What's that?
Not the one with the cheese. What is it called?
No, I got a number one. I'm a simple man.
What do they call it? Supreme or something like that? That it's like
I don't know.
the next one.
I'll show you the menu. I mean, I should flip
Yeah,
this
let's get it. See, this is a higher.zip
This
first
is-
live stream menu.
I don't know how to zoom it in, but
That's crazy.
You have to manually walk
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, you gotta put your hand up there over the counter.
all right, I'm gonna go on mute. Keep going.
Enjoy.
Yeah, dude. Apprenticeships is where it's at.
It's tight. That's what's like so compelling about. Well, artists are similar,
Yeah.
right? Like, typically any and all artists historically, and I think still like Tom Sachs is a good example of that. Like, to work with Tom Sachs would feel like an apprenticeship, and I'm sure you get paid like terribly, but like
Oh yeah, that's literally a part of the way to get onboarded. And I think like even someone tried to like Me Too him. They tried to Me Too a Tom Sachs because of that working environment, which I think like it was neither here nor there because it's literally like every fucking working everywhere is like that, dude.
Also, it's understood. Like you probably should have understood that
Exactly.
before you went in there.
Yeah, like you're gonna get a little hazed, bro. Like that's what it is, dude. Especially like New York artists. Like, come on, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to discredit whatever this person is saying, but there is a certain like you should have known to it, which I think is why that article didn't like stick. It didn't like ruin his career because part of it is like, bro, what that person was talking about was also like in the 2000s, early 2000s. So it's like, bro, there's not that woke culture like there is now. Like maybe now an artist will be like, okay, change things a little bit or something like that. But back then it's like that's what it was. Like I PA'd for like a documentary director, and yeah, it wasn't nice. It wasn't like a fucking nice experience, bro. Like, people like that get upset and they go off, bro. They don't even know what they're saying sometimes, and they're like talking shit,
Yep. But yeah, and that's the thing is like you knew what you were getting into, and if you didn't, I'm questioning how you did not. It's like we knew this story before you wrote it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is funny. But yeah, that it is that sort of apprentice. I think people fuck with that. I think people. Well, I'll speak for myself. I kind of like, how should I put it? The doldrums a little bit of like early apprenticeship type vibe where it kind of does feel like shit and you don't
Yeah.
really enjoy it and you're like you feel a little walked over because once you break through that you're like, oh, okay, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
i'm
Yeah.
good at I'm good at this thing and I feel like it was worth it. That's not everybody's experience, but I like it.
Yeah. It's
Well,
true.
shit.
I mean, especially with the apprentices relationship, I feel like I learned better that way anyway. Like with just like
Same.
someone kind of being like, do this and figure it out on your own. And if you have a question, then come find me.
Yeah, paired with the for me, it's like paired with the fact that I'm going to tell you that you fucked up when you fucked up,
Yeah,
and I'm not
exactly.
going to be nice about it
Exactly.
because if I'm nice about it, you're probably going to fuck that up again.
Exactly.
But hopefully, this is the last time you make that mistake, mijo. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Legit.
Yeah, interesting. But hey, bro, we need to continue the
Oh
FWB.
my God, that is where we started this tangent. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I think we only got to the intro, dude.
We got it. Yeah, we were talking about WorldCoin and we went down this rabbit hole actually, which is hilarious.
I loved it.
So yeah, anyway, the meeting was cool. I think um told her about the event, about the details of it and how like Automatic was wants to do more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said that she was like that basically so basically a lot of people try to get FWB event keys. And she says it's very obvious from her perspective of like who from those people have ever organized events before at all. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
not only from like a execution perspective, but from like a um, concept perspective, where like people will just be like, "Let me get money from FWB, and then we're just all gonna go get hot dogs." You know what I mean? Like those are like the type of events that sometimes they do because that's like what comes in. Um, but
Could be
she,
lit though if you did that right. If you did a hot dog event, like, well, that could be sick.
yeah, not bad, not bad.
Anyways,
So,
anyways.
so yeah, so then she was like, kind of being like, you obviously have done it before. You obviously like doing it, and and this is the type of thing that you know that we're interested in as well. Not only that, the guests and like the topic, the subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
So then um she kind of like did a open door on like ongoing event production partnership type of thing. And the
Okay.
double-edged sword there is that it's like totally up to us in terms of like cadence, what the event actually is, and pretty much everything. She basically, it was like an open door to being like, do more. And every time you have an idea, send it my way.
Okay. That's
Um,
fucking crazy.
yeah. Um, which again, then the onus is on us to think about the event now. You know what I mean? Which is like, I guess I was like looking for a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. The whole thing, I wasn't trying to like, in the conversation, I wasn't trying to like necessarily pitch anything. I just kind of wanted to see like what the limitations are and like what exactly they would need or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I also at that time I told her that like I don't know if like the series is going to be like all art focused conversations. They might
Okay.
be a little different. Um, I'm still kind of on the fence with that. Like it can be all art conversations, honestly. But
Are you saying art conversations?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because obviously that event was like strictly about like making money on the internet type of thing.
Yep.
Um, as an
True.
artist, um, what was that?
I'm just blubbering. I didn't have anything to say. Sorry.
So yeah, so then I told her that I had already even started talking to Amir about uh, the next talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her that like it would be interesting to do a LAN party, but again, it was just an idea. It wasn't really like a like a thing that's going to be the next event, but it was just like one of the ideas that have popped up. And then she
Yep.
referred me to this other person who does LAN parties in LA, which let me see if I could pull up. Yeah, I'm pulling up the Instagram right now. I might have to limit this. World Sucks and Co. Kid Grandma. Yeah, 90s Experience LAN Party. So anyway, that's someone else who's in the like FWB ecosystem. And that's another thing that she made herself kind of like available for was like even if it's just like making an intro to a certain person or et cetera, then like uh down to do that as well. Um
Okay.
so yeah, I mean all in all she was saying that she has the authority to kind of like she didn't say this explicitly, but honestly, she's the one who has the authority to approve any event funding or support. So obviously, go through her. I don't know anyone else, so like that's just what it is. Um,
Right.
and then also the other aspect is like the media tied to the event. I had asked about like the live stream
Good question.
portion,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't really have an opinion on um like the stream having to be from FWB channels or anything like that. And
That's what I was gonna ask.
she's very much really likes the idea of the collaboration between Higher Zip and FWB. Meaning
Cool.
like she doesn't want to have to force us to stream it and any of the FWB channels. Like if we do that, fine, but like she ultimately is happy with the idea of it like streaming on Higher Zip. Um,
Meaning from like a from her perspective, I'm trying to think like the benefit for them mainly would be it would be like a FWB event kind of specifically, or like would it be our event sponsored by them, or
It
what do
would
you
be
think
our event
she's?
sponsored by them. Yeah, I think it would be
Oh,
technically our
okay,
event sponsored by them.
compelling. What do
But I
you?
think also that conversation is open as well, though.
Sure, and maybe it's fluid,
Yeah.
as this event, that event, depending on like what our idea is.
Yeah, the one thing she did say though, and it makes a lot of sense, is that you know how we have talked, kind of have been spitballing on like advert potentials for the live streams where it's like, oh, if you have a partnership, then we have like a little pop-up during the stream for,
Mhm.
however amount of length or whatever like that. She was saying that as long as those things aren't like selling sex or tokens, then
Okay.
like she's that's basically another example of her being like, I don't see that being an issue at all unless it was like, oh, FWB can't sponsor an event that is like, oh, here's a free buy this token because it'll 10x or whatever, like those types of ads.
Yeah, or like subscribe to my OnlyFans or whatever.
Right. So she's like, as long as and I told her that like we're not doing that. Like that's just I mean I could sign right. Like I would just don't ever want
Yeah,
to have an ad that's like buy this token. The sex
yeah.
one, no, I'm joking. But but yeah. The OnlyFans one is I think another obvious one where like we're not gonna be out here promoting OnlyFan accounts. And frankly,
Hey.
the those ads I think are reserved for people who are like actually involved in the event production itself, like the pizza place that's donating the pizzas, or like the liquor brand that like provides all the wine for us that day, or whatever it is. Um,
Yeah,
the
right.
venue, like things like that. It would be like ad space for those brands, and then like FWB because they sponsored the event, or like if fucking Polygon does it one day, then like it'd be like a Polygon pop up, and shit like that, basically. Um,
I like this. That, yeah. I'm here. I'm understanding. Does it? I was just reading through your Telegram bullet points, but does it make sense for us to maybe put together a short list of concepts?
Yeah, I
You
think
know, like
so.
we had talked about, kind of tiered in a way that's like, this is big budget, this is mid, this is like no budget,
Yeah.
and kind of get her feedback on that.
Yeah, there was one small thing that we kind of talked about or touched upon, which is like avenues for generating revenue. I guess per event,
Mm-hmm.
where like for events like the one we did at the autumn, like this first one, the only real clear line of revenue there is like the sponsorship opportunities for like some kind of airtime or something like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but they're basically derived from like the online portion of it, whether it's like collect donations for asking questions live or like things like that. Like that's all kind of like leans heavily on the digital aspect. But then there are other events that can be organized that do make sense to charge like a ticket price, right? Like if we did a field trip to medieval times, right? Like that makes sense that it costs money because the ticket to medieval times costs money, and then the bus or the shuttle bus that you rent to drive to medieval times would cost money as well. So there's events like that that have like a clear uh linear like path to charging a ticket price. And then there's
Yeah.
obviously things like the automatic event, which is like, even if we did, like, for example, a dominoes tournament, that could be something where, like, it's free to come to the event, but to, like, buy in to play dominoes, you have to buy into that, right? And, like,
Yeah.
kind of like you would in poker, right? You, like, buy
Yeah.
in, you get some chips, you play dominoes with those chips, you know? Um,
Totally. Another angle too would be like, to build on top of, like, okay, the guy donated 20 pizzas, so they're on the ticker, and we gotta, you can see their branding behind this, whatever. I wonder if you could create like a little market environment, not like a full market, but you would have a merchant or a couple merchants with product that, you know, they now have a platform which is IRL and via the stream to sell goods, and we get 10% of whatever their profit is. That could be interesting.
that's interesting, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that could be an interesting way via the stream, the URL side of things, to like have a pop-up that's like kind of cool in a way that's like, maybe it's another clicker that pops up and you click it and then you can scroll through product, but and then you just purchase right in the side panel that pops up
Yeah.
while you're watching the stream. You don't have to click it if you don't want to,
Yeah.
but it'll flash occasionally, so you're not it just I'm spitballing right now,
Yeah.
but
That's cool.
the angle of that, which you keep driving home too, which is the like angle of connecting more people, as opposed to like getting sponsored by fucking WorldCoin and we just now have money. It's like, it's cooler if it's like, oh shit, I'll use Jenna on the top of my head. She comes and sets up a table with her ceramics.
Yeah.
It's cooler to bring her in than get sponsored by WorldCoin.
Totally. Totally. Yeah, I agree. And I think what you just made me think of is like this idea of like, it's interesting when, at least as this happened when you and I, someone will say like, where did you guys meet? And we're like on the internet or like this app called Farcaster. Like it'd be dope if you replace that with like we met on Higher Zip. You know what I mean? Like that, just like it's like a non-monetary kind of like dope signal. If like someone's like, we
Mm-hmm.
met at Higher Zip, whether it be an IRL event or like on a live stream, like interacting to the same live stream. You know what I mean?
That is cool.
which would be a dope like output. I think it would be a dope thing to kind of like talk about, I guess.
I think so too. I mean, because it, like John was mentioning last week, it starts to expand on that story of like why the what are we doing and why,
Yeah,
and
America.
those aspects start to answer that.
America.
America, baby, make a
Can
premise.
I butt in with some ideas
Yeah,
on this
totally.
meetup thing? All right. I'm just gonna wax poetic for like 1 or 2 minutes. It's kind of maybe it's a little cheesy to be sponsored by WorldCoin. It's like, some Silicon Valley dystopian tech thing that has good intentions, right?
Sure.
But what if, sort of in partnership with FWB, we like extended that in a more authentic human way? So it's like sort of rough sketch, right? Every meetup is hosted at a certified AI-free retailer of some sort.
Mm.
Price of admission is one thing from their store. We get a cut as like the event organizer. So we drive them a bunch of sales. They look good because they're like, look, we're artisans. We're not AI grifters. And then that's like it's like a platform for, honestly, I could see it being a platform where a lot of people talk about, their industry and maybe how it's getting disrupted or how they're trying to adapt. But anyways, that's more like programming that Brian's already tackling. But as a model, just like getting sales up for things that support human creation.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's fucking awesome. It reminds me of like these DJ sets I watch on YouTube where the DJ will go into the coffee shop or like the ramen restaurant and set up their table, and everybody's kind of winning. I like that, and obviously we get to pick and choose who we think would be suitable for that. And if we, and hopefully I bet they bite, if it's a cool event, interesting.
Yeah, I could see that working with like a plant shop, honestly. Like how to repot your plant. You know what I mean? Like a straight up boom,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess in this scenario, what would the event be? Is the event like, because it could go many ways, right? Is the event like another talk like you hosted, Brian, or is it like you just mentioned, everybody shows up to the event, it's live streamed, but it is at a plant shop and we're repotting shit. That's the event, is bring your pots.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think like my gut is telling me that the next one should be completely different.
Mm.
Like, I don't think it should be another moderated talk, just out of the principle where, like, we don't want to get pigeonholed in just doing moderated talks.
Just a podcast, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the next one should just be something different, just to show, like, the range in which of the events, of the future events we could do after the second one. You know what I mean? In that case, I think that like maybe the third event could be another moderated talk. You know what I mean? And then the fourth event would be like something different than the first three. Like kind of something like that, where it just shows that like we're not killing the moderated thing. We're just showing that we could do different types.
I agree. Because you're right. You don't want to pigeonhole yourself, as well as from the FWB perspective.
Yeah.
Don't want to give them the impression that this is the format always, and
right.
And maybe now is the right time to be like pitching these various ideas, to just put that in front of is
right.
But also though, I think that like, I think that's what you're saying, maybe Colfax, like kind of laying it out up front. So it's not like every other week or something like that, it feels like a new pivot is being thrown in. It's like, no, this was actually the intention from the jump. This is how we want to roll with it.
Mhm. Yep, I like that.
So do you think that might be the next best thing then, is to like come up with a few different types of ideas and maybe include one of them be a moderated talk? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, 5 ideas for 5 events. We're gonna do them all. It's just like, which one are we gonna do first type of thing, you know?
Yep. And there could be maybe two lists come out of this, where our list for ourselves that we fuck with the most, maybe priority ranked, and we can share that with and say, what do you think about priority? And we can see if we align, maybe just from a communication standpoint, so we understand a little bit more. And, worst case, we don't align and we figure it out. Or, best case, we do align. And realistically, from what you've said about your conversation, is that she kind of fucks with anything that's, you know, interesting, I suppose, and
Yeah.
not wacky.
Yeah, she basically said the other thing that she kind of really likes is that it's like a self-directed. She prefers a self-directed approach. So it's really up to us, like
Mm.
like the cadence, how often we come up with ideas, how often we pitch them to her, how often. So really, it's just kind of like have
Mm-hmm.
at it type of vibe, you know?
Side note, undoing my previous thought. Do you think it would spook her a little bit if we pitch her too much at once? That's
Good
my other,
question.
you know. She's
Interesting.
like, whoa, these guys are on a different plane. Like, I'm just here to fund one-off things. Like, I don't know if like this is something that we have the capacity to take on. Like, that's also because yeah, sometimes people can either be like inspired by the
That's true.
ambition or like
Mm-hmm.
retreat. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about too.
That's
Is if you're
true.
watching the stream, just let us know what your preference is.
Just drop it in the chat. I think you're, yeah, that's true. I have heard of that, but what if we attach the dates where it's like, oh yeah, this event is for October. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or at least be upfront about like rough, like in industrial design, like if you come out with sketches that are so fucking good that the product looks done, sometimes the client like freaks out, and it's weird. I hate that exists, but it's true. Like, so coming out the gate initially with something that is obviously rough helps to like allow the viewer to be like, oh, like things will still change from here, and
Yeah,
maybe it's less scary.
that's true. That's true. It's like they also feel like a co-creator of it to a certain extent.
Exactly. Exactly. But I also do think, and it's a good point, Cam. I don't think we do want to present something too refined, yeah. And, but at the same time, on the other end of that pendulum is, yeah, we also want to look like you're not ass clowns, for lack of a better term. Which we are ass clowns. Is if you're watching this, we're ass clowns.
Yeah.
I'll speak for myself, okay? Actually, just myself.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I guess the final thing is the media portion. Sorry, I guess we went off on a tangent maybe, or I went off on a tangent regarding that is um I've been a little slow on this, but I'm trying to get the clips out from the source material just to like publish some clips. And also I want to write like a post-mortem type of thing for the event as well. Both of
Okay.
those which were like highly encouraged from her to do. And also she's open on where we publish that as well. Like if we want that to go out via the FWB Substack, or like, the other thing too is like she also said that she was open to like us posting in the FWB Discord of like these events as well, like leading up to it.
That makes a ton of sense. I mean, if they're the sponsor, like
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And then the final thing is the fest is coming soon in July. So I was kind of trying to be like, is there anything we could do before fest that is like, will drive attendance to fest? You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Like,
that's in July, huh?
yeah, but it is in LA. So, obviously doing something in New York might be a little tough in terms of selling tickets or something like that. But,
What do you mean?
well, like to sell someone a ticket in New York means that they also have to buy a flight. They also have to get an air, like they have to do all these other things too, that it might be hard to do an event that
Okay.
will sell tickets.
Yes,
what I mean?
I'm understanding. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Maybe a raffle to one free ticket. You know what I mean? Some shit like that,
Mm.
including people on the live stream. Or I don't know. I don't know. I'm spitballing now, but
I mean, that would be sick, right?
that'd be awesome, honestly.
But that would basically be them giving us an extra $400, unless we bought it.
I mean, I don't know what a ticket costs them. They're giving it away to the members in an email. Sorry if this is if this is not public knowledge, but they're giving members a discount code via email.
That makes sense. I wouldn't expect anything otherwise. Like, what's the
Yeah.
point of being an FWB member?
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, I wonder. I guess the cost of the ticket, the actual retail or the cost of goods,
Yeah, what it costs them.
the FOB. Yeah, I wonder. Who knows? Maybe it's like maybe it costs $100 a person, and the FWB members are getting it for 2x margin, or maybe face value. Maybe it's $200 a person after everything's calculated out.
Right.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Well, I mean, you could. Wow, that's not the conversation we need to have, honestly. I'm starting to do math in my head. I'm like, oh, Coachella. Well, you could. No, stop. Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. We would get our ducks in a row, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do we want to do is the question there.
Yeah, I think that is the next step.
Right?
Yeah, it's basically what do we want to do and how do we want to set that up basically after that, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I want, like you mentioned in the Telegram, I want to poke around with the receipt printer idea.
Oh, I told her about that too, and she loves that idea.
It's a banger.
So I think we have to make it now.
And if it's not the receipt printer, it's at least something along those lines. But the receipt print, I haven't been able to come up with something better than that.
Yeah.
You dropped some heat with that. It's cool.
Are they like? Do they sell like USB receipt printers on Amazon or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we
Sick.
need to grab basically like a Raspberry Pi that can connect to the internet and a receipt printer, and then we create an API endpoint from HireZip to then ping that endpoint with like a donation feature tied to it somehow. So then someone donates, the chat lights up, does this thing, and then the API sends it to the receipt printer, and then boom, that's the feature right there.
Sick. I have a Raspberry Pi, or I think I have an Arduino.
Oh, hell
Same
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I can look into getting a receipt printer and prototyping it, and then mailing it to you guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Please. That would be
It
amazing.
should be, the hardest part will be like figuring out the printing API, but
Yeah.
assuming I can get that sorted, or my agent can get that sorted.
Which there's definitely tutorials on how to do that Arduino to printer thing, to be honest. And I think the way I've
Okay.
seen it done is people tie it to like a Telegram bot, honestly. Like whatever I send to the Telegram bot, it prints it. So
That's wild.
if I can find that tutorial, maybe I'll send it to you. You might be able to just find it by Googling, honestly. And
I'll look for it. I'll look for it.
if
Yeah.
that might get us like 80% of the way there, to be quite honest.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
It's just like, and the receipt printers cut it too, right? You don't need anything else for that. It kind of like snips it on the way. Okay.
There's two. There's one that cuts it, but then pretty much every other one just has like the jagged teeth. So you just, when you rip it, it rips automatically.
I would want it to cut it so that you could see how many distinct. I'll look into the options there.
Yeah.
Well, it cut it like 90%,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But
It leaves
still
the little.
bound by that tag on the side, like
Yeah.
a little.
Because then it's also fun too. You can easily just like whip it off, you know, because
Totally.
it's only like a hair of paper.
Totally. Because if you don't rip it, then it just kind of keeps going and it's one long. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sick as fuck. The side note, I would like to. I don't know if it's feasible depending on the actual product, but it would be awesome. I'd like to design like a custom shell for it and print it. And so we have like a one of one, like it looks like a dope piece.
Hell yeah. The hardware, dude. What?
And it in theory, it's simple, right? You just take out the components and plug it into a new shell, in theory. But that could be sick. Like it's, I don't know.
Yeah, we should
It
do
starts
that.
to like be personified, you know, when you begin customizing it. It's like our little bot or whatever, you know, that,
Yeah.
I don't know, rabbit hole. But I'd like to at least look at that.
I was having fun thinking about like, okay, what if we auction that off each event, and then it goes in someone's house if they set it up. Then it like every time there's a new event, it prints them a receipt at a random time. That's like their ticket in.
Oh
know what I
shit,
mean?
dude.
Same.
That's fire.
And we each have one on our desk, and so
Yeah.
like when when the calendar alert comes up that we have a meeting or a call, it's
my
like
God.
call
Dude.
in 10.
It sends us the meeting notes right after. Oh my God, dude. What?
It's a fucking physical pager.
Yeah. That's
Dude.
dope. That's actually so dope.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Jack. Well, here I have it right. next to
And
me.
I think we talked about this last week too, which is like, if you're producing a show on Hire Zip the site, then maybe you get one of these
We
to
send you
help
one.
produce your show.
That's like your membership.
Yeah.
You know, that's like we talked about with, and I still haven't reached out to him again, but Max on Farcaster Pedicab. It's like, oh, he wants to,
yeah.
if he wants to stream his pedicab, it's like, all right, well, we're going to send you one of these devices. And, you know, if it comes through, that means someone paid to send you a message and you got to read it. That's funny, dude.
Who's on a pedicab?
That's Max. I believe his name's Max.
MXJXN or something like that.
Oh, Max Jackson or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's a Boston guy.
Got it.
Or in the northeast, but just as an example, or you know, whoever wants to stream and be like tied to hire.zip as opposed to just like throwing on their stream that
Right.
they normally do on YouTube. You know, if you want to make it cool. I love it. I love it so much. Because, dude, check it. This is next to me at the desk. This is from Jack Butcher.
Dude, I'm saying.
This was the self-checkout art piece. Like this receipt is one of my favorite things I own. And it's a fucking receipt.
Cam, not to
Is
mention.
it the one from Art Basel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam, not to mention we have the receipt NFTs things just on deck, bro. That's loaded, locked in the chamber. We just have to fire it off. The motif already exists.
Are you going to put the questions into the receipt?
We should. What?
Well, bro, and not to mention, if you're asking questions on our site, you have a privy wallet.
Yeah. We could
Like, why
send
would
you a
you not
receipt.
get an NFT?
We could send you the NFT version of it. Yo, for real.
Why not, right?
Legit.
That's hilarious. I mean, that's exciting.
It's full circle, bro. Like, honestly, these ideas, we keep hovering over them until they're like ready to strike. And I think This receipt one is ready to strike.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, and then and then on your hire.zip account, like, okay, maybe this is maybe too far in the future, but like maybe the amount of messages you've collected, meaning created, that you now own, like impacts
Yeah.
your cursor color or
Yeah.
some shit, or like the size of your dot, or that's starting to get interesting too.
Yeah, that's the DMV shit too.
That's the DMV shit, exactly.
The
No,
more
you're
receipts you
exactly right.
have, the more like features you start to unlock on Higher Zip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
shit.
cool.
Damn.
Like you get 8 reactions instead of the 4 built-in ones or something, whatever the fuck it is.
Whatever it is, yeah. That's fun, man.
Dope.
That's really fun.
So yeah,
Okay.
the FWB thing is dope, and I think there's some points there that we could, I think, tie some internal action items like the receipt thing, but also like the external ones of thinking like of 5 events, the next 5 events that like.
Yep.
Why don't we just kick some ideas around in Telegram too, and then we can assemble them into a doc to send over to Iz.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put some cycles on it to think of something that could be fun. Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick.
I feel
Even
like
if
there's a lot of
it's weird.
potential. Yeah.
Yeah. No bad ideas here. Like if it's weird or wacky, throw it out there, and we can sift through. But it's a fun process.
What do you think? I think for time wise, I think I was thinking about hiring someone off of Fiverr to clip up the event. Just because like I got work to do and I'm not gonna get to it till like Sunday, and then like I could just hire someone today and maybe they'll be done by Sunday, at least with one clip. What do you guys think
big
about
time.
that?
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, also, I checked splits yesterday. There's $444 in the splits thing. So we should take that and use it to fund Fiverr or whatever,
Yeah.
10 or 20 or whatever it takes.
All right, bet. I'm gonna do that today then.
That's
Yeah.
what Fiverr. That's the name Fiverr. That's the reference. No way, man.
You didn't get that till now?
Oh, no, I did not. I even offered services on Fiverr before.
And would you call it Fiverr?
No, I called it Fiverr, but I didn't know what the reference was.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Anyways,
It's like Dollar General for the digital age.
God damn it. And yeah, with inflation, it's Fiverr General. I get it.
Have you guys seen the $1.29 Arizona iced teas?
They're still $1.29, right? No, are they 99 cents?
No, they're
99
$1.
cents.
No, I think they're not $1.29 now.
Oh shit!
My Bonnie was telling me that they're $1.29 now, and they're going to print $1.29 on the can now.
Yeah, 'cause they always have the price printed
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Costco has a famously subsidized hot dog too. That's
Yes.
like,
Yes.
I think it's like either like $1.99 or something. I don't know. They're like, we won't
150.
raise the rates ever.
150.
150.
$1.50.
Dang, I'm gonna go buy like 600 of those 99-cent cans, man. I'll flip them for like $1.29 down the road.
They'll do better than any crypto investment you made in the last 3 years.
You shut up.
Bro, speaking of
Me too, man.
investments, have you guys been keeping up with that bricks and minifig drama?
Oh, dude, I saw you post about it on the timeline, and I got sucked in
Yo,
hard.
it's
Like,
crazy, isn't it? It's nuts.
yeah.
So basically,
I mean, yeah. Go for it.
I
Go
was
for it.
gonna
What
tell.
is
Do you know about it, Sean? Or
No.
so basically, this guy in Utah had collected Legos all his life. So he collected like Star Wars Legos, and then he got old and sick, and then his grandson decided to be like, "We need to pay these medical bills, so let's sell these Lego things on consignment." And there's a store out there, a franchise store, a franchisable company that lets people open their own stores, name them Bricks and Minifigs. It's a franchising opportunity, and they take these Legos on like consignment. So I think their split is 65-35 or something like that, which is like I think pretty standard for consignment across the board with clothes and whatever.
Okay.
Um, and then the independent or the that store then changes ownership, and then after they change ownership they claim that they don't have the Legos anymore, so these Legos essentially go missing, and everyone's like
Mm.
pointing fingers at each other about like who has the Legos, or can I get them back, we never had them, they were the previous owners, they were this owners, blah blah blah, like etc etc, like the shit goes on and on. But then this guy really starts like, the documentary filmmaker really starts being like, what's going on here? And then starts approaching the store owners. The store owners have all these like legal loopholes that would require him to like sue them, sue the franchisee. So then he comes up with this kind of like brilliant plan to do like copyright infringement, kind of, where
Okay.
like he basically makes a quote unquote copy of the company. He calls the company We Steal from Old People, is the official legal name of the company, but the logo is bricks and minifigs, and the subtitle is We Steal from Old People. So it's kind of like a misdirection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of that is so that bricks and minifigs can copyright sue him, right? And then once they're in court, he'd be like, "Oh, here's this other that you guys stole this shit."
Ooh,
So,
that's crazy.
but then it turns out that the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs is also really good and well known for evading lawsuits. Okay,
Tip.
so then he like tries to get the guy arrested. Thankfully, the documentary filmmaker has like never done drugs in his life. He's like probably slightly autistic, but he literally has nothing to be like arrested for. So then
Mm-hmm.
the CEO is like searching for things to get him arrested for. He even like calls the cops on him on like a, and accuses him of stealing the Legos. So he's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
go to his house and search for the Legos. He obviously doesn't have the Legos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it gets so crazy that like it turns out that the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs is Mormon and has gone to college. What's that called? Brigham Young University in Utah. And
Okay.
and all the cops in Utah, Fork, Utah, have gone to this college as well. So like the cops are like aggressively
Mm.
trying to block the documentary filmmaker, and at a certain point you're like, why are the cops protecting this company? So then he
Yep.
investigates, and it turns out that like they're just all Mormon and they're looking out for each other and like blah blah blah. And it's like it's crazy, dude. You gotta
That's
watch it. It's
fucking
fucking good.
wild, bro.
Most recently, Patreon got a cease and desist letter from Bricks and Minifigs because the documentary filmmaker has been publishing the videos on Patreon. So they tried to like basically sue Patreon for hosting the videos. And then
They're trying to silence my boy.
Patreon CEO came on, he made a YouTube video, and basically says Bricks and Minifigs can suck it. We're not removing the videos.
Fuck.
It's a fucking rabbit hole, dude. It's nice. It's basically like a documentary series that is happening right now. Typically these
Oh,
documentary
it's
series
spicy.
come, yeah, they cut. Typically these series come out like a year after the events or 2 years after the events or whatever. No, this shit is literally happening now. It's right now. The events are unfolding, which I find
Wild.
fucking spectacular.
Yeah, it's a certain type of, like, you don't normally see a documentary where it's like the protagonist is also the producer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like a choose your adventure. He's like game planning everything, like how to respond to legal challenges, how to create ways to incriminate in a formal way to get, you know, justice against this corpo Lego thing. And it's like, yeah, it's wild.
So
Yeah.
episode 1 and 2 are on YouTube now. Episode 3 is like going to come out soon via Patreon at some point.
Interesting. Is this the first example of like a documentary that's like quote live?
I think it is. I can't think of another one that did that.
Yeah.
Wild times.
Yeah.
Maybe
But it's also like crucially, it's not live streams, right? Because like nobody has time to just like this is this guy's life for like the last several months at least. So it's like nobody has time to watch all that. So it's like happening now, but it's quickly produced and turned around. You know,
the speed is remarkable, right?
Yeah, I'm actually fascinated how quickly he's able to get body cam footage. Like he's able to like, because you can legally ask for body cam footage like from the police.
Sure.
And he does it, and and it's in the documentary. Like he gets it. He has to be able to get it real fast for some reason.
Who is this guy?
Reckless Ben, bro. He's a slackliner.
He is?
He's a slackliner, dude.
Damn.
Amazing.
He's just like a slackliner YouTuber, basically. Crazy.
He's a fucking genius, is what he is.
He is a genius, honestly. And it ties back to our conversation earlier about investments. Like, these motherfuckers with Lego investments is a whole different world. It's a whole world of fucking...
Bro,
like,
that's alternative assets.
Yeah, I was... my YouTube algorithm is, like, partly Legos now because of this. And there's one video where this guy he has a really rare Lego, which is basically a golden C3PO.
Okay.
And it's worth $1,000. And it's like specifically because of how they made it back in the day, which is basically they put like the Legos and then they make them do this and then they just spray paint gold on it, basically. So there's like a lot of imperfections, and like through this video I discovered like how to quality check one to see if it's actually genuine, authentic.
Can you get autism from YouTube?
Literally.
Is it contagious?
They say they say schizophrenia is contagious. So
oh shit. Yeah.
So maybe autism is too, I guess.
You're officially diagnosed, Brian.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You're in it now.
So so basically,
if I ever have a C3PO golden that needs verification, I know who to hit up.
Your guy.
Yeah, right.
So basically, he goes to Bricks and Minifigs to like get it evaluated, and like 4 out of 5 stores told him that it was fake when he was like, "This is a verified real one." So they tried to offer him like $50 for it or something like that.
Damn, scamming.
Yeah.
So do they know and they were scamming him?
You should. It's a different video. I'll send it to you guys. It seems like they do know. And honestly, in one case, one guy kind of tried to steal it from him, I think.
Damn.
He like mistakenly left it on the desk, kind of like in a weird way. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I left that there." When he got caught, that he's like, "Oh, you stole the fucking C3PO." And then he like, after he got caught, he was like, "Oh yeah, this is fake. It's totally fake. Verified, it's fake."
Okay.
Like, now you're over here talking shit about the thing you tried to... Why'd you try to steal it then if it's fake, my guy?
That's crazy.
If it was only worth $50, yeah, sketchy.
Is this guy wearing meta glasses too?
I don't know. I don't know if he is, but he definitely has a thing like a...
Dude, they're like, for this type of content creation, like, it's so disarming to just have glasses on, you know?
Yeah.
It's 100% the future of that style of content creation.
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't blown up already, actually. You know, the meta glasses have been good for so long now that, and maybe it has, and they just don't bring it up, you know?
My favorite video that I saw recently, it was like 2 guys got in a fight, and one of the guys was wearing it, and I think the caption was something like, this feels like you're in a fight simulator, because it's like you see him kind of like dodging blows and then throwing blows and like tackling him. It's like GTA or something like that. It like feels so real because it's just on his face.
That's fascinating, honestly.
That's the metaverse there, bro. That you're in the metaverse.
Yeah.
I'm in this meeting right now with my fucking metas, dude. What?
See? Bro, I might have to.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, I got the Oakleys. Thanks to Sean.
Oh, shit.
I mentioned the fact that Oakley's did a collab with Meta, and he bought them like 14 minutes later. Like legitimately.
Yeah, I was
And
like, yo, these look cool, dude. And then they had what's that called? Like a Klarna type of thing. So
you just put it on credit.
I just put it on credit, dude. And I already made like a bunch of payments. Like I'm ahead of schedule, bro, on that shit. Like, because they were doing
Don't
like
pat yourself on the back too hard.
it's like $70 a month or something like that. I'm like, oh, dude, I just needed like a little push. I don't need that much.
Yeah. That's what I do with domains, honestly. Every time I see like a 4-figure domain, it'd be like $3,000, right? I'd be like, I can't pay $3,000 in one shot. But then half the time they offer like, here's a payment plan, $120 for 24 months. I'm like, $120, that's nothing.
Yeah.
So I have like probably 5 subscriptions going right now, and it's just slowly bleeding me dry. Like, I got to do something with these domains, but I'm not. It's a mess.
You need a broker, dude. You need a domain broker.
Yeah.
They try to get me with that all the time. And
you don't have a broker. I figured you would have a broker.
I am my own broker, I guess. The thing is, like, I could cancel these payment plans at any time, but then it's like the sunk cost, right? Because I've been paying each for months, and then it's like I get nothing, right? I just have a domain that I kind of squatted on, but didn't use.
Hey, you don't even own it. It's not an NFT, Cameron.
Yeah, true. You don't even own that domain, dude.
Yeah, that's a problem.
No, I get it. The domain game is real. It's just like Legos, bro.
The other collectible. That's true.
Yeah, dude, I'm a degenerate domain collector. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I to me that's like my Gucci bag is like the fucking domains.
But you definitely flipped some, because why would you be?
I've sold some before, but it's more just about the like, wow, this is a great one. Like, I gotta add this to my collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Be careful, bro. You don't want to become a hoarder. Hey, collecting great. Hoarding that's when you need to look inward.
Yeah. Dude, if you just call yourself an artist, it's no longer hoarding, it's a materials library, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I need to hear.
That's what you tell your wife. That's what I tell Bonnie when she's like, what is all this stuff? It's a materials library, babe.
Just like a McDonald's bag in the corner, bro. Yeah. That's fucking. I'm gonna use that one today, actually.
Yeah, it's a good one, right?
Yeah, that is good. All right, gentlemen. Well, great fucking chat. I think unless you have anything else, I got.
I'm looking at receipt printers right now. I'll share some product SKUs in the chat. They're actually pretty expensive. Like, I start at like $80 ish.
Oh, weird.
But, yeah.
It's not cheap. I figured they'd have some for like 35.
That's what I thought I thought they would be like $20 to $35 or something like that.
Anyways, I'll do some research. I'll post some products in the chat. It's fun though. I love just looking at it. Like, it paints the imagination just seeing like the flat black box with the paper coming out of it, then imagining it in like a IRL setting.
Hell yeah. That'd be sick.
Compelling. That it may be worth. Well, for our initial concept, $80, whatever. But if we, move down the line of like shipping them out to people, maybe worth looking at some other small printers that aren't like exactly thermal. I don't know if there's cheaper versions. I don't know. I like the
for it to come out fast, it has to be thermal, right? Otherwise,
yeah. Well,
and the aspect
of a label printer, maybe that's thermal too, though, like sticker for packaging.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that's thermal. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think the idea is that you don't have to replace the ink or something, right?
You just got to replace the paper. The paper is the ink.
Paper is the thing. Yeah.
True. Okay. Sorry. Anyways,
But
yeah.
but maybe in that context, they sell many different sizes of thermal printers. You know, like it has to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to your point, Sean, that yeah, maybe the one you have is probably a thermal one that's just a different label.
Maybe I'll look into that. I might be speaking out of school there, but either way, fucking fun. And for our start, I think it's cooler that it is like a legit like receipt printer.
Cool. I'm gonna do some research, I guess, on the API endpoint to see. It might that actually doesn't seem like it would be that hard at all. The other, I just don't know how to solve the problem.
The
Maybe,
printer driver, like the
yeah,
software to the printer, that connection
yeah,
is
and
going to
like,
be the goofy
does it
part.
have? It has to be clearly connected to the internet or something, right? Or like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's the aspect that
I've seen somebody. I don't know if it was a YouTube short or Instagram. Kind of did this same thing already. I'm sure many people maybe have actually.
yeah.
But the one I saw, I think, took iMessage and it printed out all of the incoming messages. So it's obviously being done by, local
Yeah.
nerds.
Yeah, I think this problem has been solved already. We just have to find who solved it and just be like, hey, feed that to the AI, feed that to the agents, do this for me.
Right. Computer.
Computer, make me a receipt printer.
Yo, actually, are you guys talking about the computer guy?
Yeah.
Wrenn was just with him at a White Sox game
No
like
fucking way.
last week. Yeah, he was
Oh,
talking
shit.
about the computer, like computer. This I've never seen his content, so I can't quote it. But like he was saying, the computer guy was there. I'm like, what? Who is that? Like
Brian
filming and
was the
stuff.
first one. Brian tipped us
Yeah.
off
I
fucking months
I
ago.
got on that one early, I think, bro. That was crazy, right?
Yeah, you did.
It's crazy how that popped off.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. Well, we know what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Fun as always. Hopefully my car gets done soon. This has been a treat from the Costco parking lot to the Chick-fil-A.
Get yourself a hot dog, man. You don't need hot dogs.
I eat hot dogs.
Oh,
Give me
okay.
that cancer. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, later, boys.
Peace and love.
Later.
Peace.